The European Union is first and foremost about peace, unity and democracy. It has brought to Europe its longest period of peace ever. It has united former enemies. It has reinforced democracy, the rule of law and human rights, within and beyond its borders. This is why, even in these very trying times, it is so important to reflect and celebrate Europe Day. Europe Day is held on 9 of May every year. The date marks the anniversary of the historical Schuman Declaration. This declaration, drafted by Jean Monnet, was presented by the French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman on 9 May 1950. It proposed the creation of a European coal and steel community, whose members, who had been bitter enemies only a few years before, would leave their grudges behind to cooperate and to pool their resources, their coal and the steel. This year, we are celebrating in a very difficult time. The COVID pandemic has spread across many countries in Europe, but also it has affected our friends in Guyana, Suriname, and the overseas countries and territories in the Caribbean. The EU, like the rest of the affected countries, is focused on navigating these troubled times, but also to help each other to get through. And we will emerge together stronger and better. On Europe Day today, we reflect on our solidarity and our unity, based on the Schuman Declaration, and as the Schuman Declaration said, based on concrete achievements. We value more than ever our partnership with Guyana, with Suriname, and with the overseas countries and territories. And we will continue to work together and to support their development as we move into the future. We are in this together, and together we will get out. In this regard, and in addition to our major development cooperation programs, the EU is now providing a grant of €9 million to help the Caribbean fight the coronavirus outbreak. This grant will be implemented by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, the CARPHA, and is expected to improve detection, surveillance, prevention, control, and response to the COVID. The EU assistance will also support laboratory testing and epidemiology training, strengthen surveillance at ports of entry, and support and promote the use of COVID guidelines and protocols among the health professionals. And there are many other things that we will do. But beyond these challenges, it is important to look back and to see what the EU has delivered. During more than half a century, has delivered peace, stability, and prosperity. It has helped to raise living standards in Europe and beyond. And it has launched a single European currency, the euro. Now, more than 340 million EU citizens share a common currency for the first time ever, and they enjoy their benefits. In this world, the European Union is the largest trade bloc. It is also the largest provider of development aid, and it is the biggest exporter of manufactured goods and services. It is also the biggest import market for many countries, more than 100. It has free trade among its members, free circulation of people, merchandises, services, and this is all possible thanks to the single market. Beyond its borders, the EU is also committed to promote prosperity and development. The EU is committed to helping victims of man-made and natural disasters and supports more than 120 million people every year. We are the largest provider of humanitarian aid, not only development aid, but also humanitarian. And finally, the EU, last but not least, the EU plays a key role in diplomacy and works to foster stability, security, prosperity, democracy and human rights, fundamental freedoms, and the rule of law at international level, together with our partners. Almost every EU country, including my own, suffered war and dictatorship over the last century. I was born in a dictatorial regime, and I don't want that for anybody, not for Guyana, not for any country. In that sense, the EU has brought a successful response of democracy, peace, and unity, which have now become the cornerstones of global governance and multilateralism. So the work continues every day in Europe and beyond. We are more determined than ever to advance, together with our partners and friends, towards a common future of peace, democracy, governance, human rights, sustainable and inclusive development, prosperity, and progress. This is what we want for the EU. This is what we want for Guyana, for Suriname, for the overseas countries and territories, for all of our partners. Let's go ahead and make it happen together. Thank you.